Happy Hump Day! I am Dr. Maria B., your holistic physician, here to help you take back your life. Today's bee sting is all about organic foods. Now, after regulations dropped, then right behind that came the Certified Organic Club, as you will. And when this was formed, $26.7 billion was generated just from forming a certified organic regulations for food. Shortly following that, in 2011, it was $52 billion that was generated in sales. Now, it's twice that amount. So what that says to me is that there is a demographic of people who are interested in two things. Number one, people are interested in buying food that's non-GMO'd. Number two, people are also interested in buying food that doesn't have pesticides all over it. Well, I'm here to drop you some terrible news because organic foods are GMO'd and organic foods are also sprayed with pesticides. How it's qualified as organic is simply because the constituents are extracted from a natural resource. That's it. These are still harmful chemicals extracted from a natural resource. And the key word is harmful chemicals. If you had a plate of food right now and somebody wanted to spray pesticides that were certified as organic, I'm sure that you would refute them doing that because it still would cause harm to your body. So there are 20 different chemicals that fall under these standards that they're allowed. And I'll give you 3 reasons why I am completely against now buying organic foods. Number one, they use 3 times the amount of pesticides in order for it to be as effective versus the smaller amount that is used when it's a synthetic chemical. Number 2, it's not only unsafe, but it is possibly worse. There's research out there that's being conducted that's showing that organic chemicals that are being used are actually creating more harm to the body than the synthetic foods. And they're definitely not showing that there's some sort of health benefit for using them. And the third reason is that the volume of use is not monitored by the government. So if you have large factory farmers that are under severe deadlines and they are also under a severe amount of stress to produce a certain abundance of food, that means that they're going to have to ward off bugs and insects. And the only way that that can be done is they're going to have to use something in order to kill them so that way they're not destroying their crops. So there's no way large factory farmers are going to be able to even come near saying that that they're not using pesticides on the foods. And I'm not going to even get into the topic today, but big pharma is behind a lot of it because they're pushing their weight around in order for these farmers to do exactly what it is that they need for them to do. So what's the alternative? The alternative is that you have to control what you know that you can control. We can't control the agricultural system no more than us witnessing the brutality that is being placed on Black men, the deaths that are constantly increasing as we continue to move on, the modern day lynching that's going on with the police force. And no matter how much marching we do, no matter how many streets we shut down, no matter how many incidences that we see on video camera, what's happening? It's still happening. So if we can't control that situation, we can't even begin to talk about trying to find some kind of way to control people who are only about greed and about power and about control. So we have to take control of our own lives, and the alternative is cleansing and fasting. Cleansing and fasting in order to clear that junk out of your system, knowing that we are constantly being exposed to environmental hazards that are affecting our health. And that's not just one time out of the year, or not even 2 times out of the year. That's at least intermittently, once per quarter. that you are applying some form of discipline in order for you to guard your health and your family's health as well. We need to be teaching our children these types of controls and disciplines before they get to the age where they're struggling as adults and then they're suffering from health issues. So, in summary, is it worth it? That's up to you to decide. For me, it's not worth it. I would rather take my additional dollars and go spend it towards something else. I'd spend it on some herbs that cleanse out my system. I'd spend it on traveling more. I would not spend paying 3 times the amount of money on something that just says organic, that makes me feel better about what I'm doing, when in actuality, it's not really doing its job. That's your bee sting for today. I look forward to hearing some of the comments about the information that I've provided, and definitely want some feedback and additional questions. Until next time, I am Dr. Maria B., your holistic physician, here to help you take back your life.